Hi, I'm Karina, and today in this video, we're gonna do something a little bit different than how I normally do my videos. Typically, most of my videos are centered around how-tos, demonstration, or even reviews. But today, I wanted to talk a little bit more about what to expect before you start wearing a hair topper, just so that you can get an idea of what to expect when you first enter into this journey, some of the things you might feel and experience emotionally, physically, and logistically. So this video will be a little bit different, but I think it will be useful as you begin your hair topper wearing journey. So when I first started wearing hair toppers, I really was very, very new to all of it, as most people are. I didn't even wear extensions. I had tried them once in my life. I didn't wear wigs, so toppers were just completely new and different for me. I had to find it myself. I came across it on Instagram. My hairdresser didn't know anything about them. Nobody knew anything about them. Nobody I knew wore them. So it was all just very, very new for me, and frankly very overwhelming at first. So that's part of the reason for this video and so much of my content is to help describe the process for you as you're beginning your journey. So the very first thing, before we even talk about choosing a topper, I think the most important first step is a mindset shift. And by that I mean, we've gone for so long stressing about our fine, thin hair, maybe patches that you might have, or shedding, or all these different things. I want you to start moving away from stressing about your hair and start getting excited for what your hair could be. So I know that's a really hard transition, but it can be so instrumental in you embracing the hair topper wearing experience. So if you can just slightly shift your mindset to being excited, then I think that you might find that you are pleased with your hair toppers, that you're excited for what comes next, and you start maybe considering what you can do with your topper that you haven't been able to do maybe with your bio hair in many years or ever. This mindset shift will really help you as you are trying on toppers for the first time to be excited about it and not really holding yourself to a crazy high standard for what you think is going to look the most realistic. So then let's move on to choosing the right topper. Choosing the right topper is huge in making yourself feel confident and secure in your topper experience. These all things, like I have a ton of videos out there about choosing the right density and color and just base construction. So I encourage you to really do a little bit of research and figure out what you think might be the best fit for you. Do keep in mind though, have an open mind that what you think might be the best fit for you may not. So don't be afraid to try different things. If you really love one color or you really love one style, maybe be open to experiencing what that topper does for you. It's going to drastically change how you feel about your topper if you love the topper before you even put it on. And then with that, I would say make sure you're managing your expectations. When you're putting on a hair topper, don't expect that it's gonna look exactly like your hair. Don't expect that it's gonna look like your hair has in the past or what you always hoped it would be in the future. You want to make sure that your hair topper is a good fit for you. It doesn't need to be like somebody else's hair. So when you're comparing your hair topper, don't compare it to my hair topper. Compare it to what works best for you. Manage those expectations. Don't have super high, unrealistic expectations. You are going to notice that you're wearing a hair topper. Why is that? Because you're used to seeing your bio hair every single day and noticing your own flaws. Most people, when they look at your hair topper, are not going to see the topper. They're just going to see pretty hair. So just realize that you're acutely aware of your hair and what does and does not look realistic for you. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's what everybody else is aware of. The next part I wanted to touch on is managing comments and questions about your hair. Okay, so you just started wearing your hair topper. You finally feel brave enough to go out in public in it. Maybe you've worn it to the gas station a few times, around the house for a week, and you feel like, okay, now I'm ready to wear it to church for the first time or to see a group of friends. But I would encourage you to have a few one-liner responses as people are asking you about your hair. And by this, I don't anticipate anyone asking you, what's that thing on top of your head? But more so commenting on how your hair looks lovely, what's different with your hair, or something along those lines. Most people are simply going to comment on your hair in the form of a compliment rather than a question, but be prepared with a few comebacks so that you feel prepared in those moments and you don't freeze and start panicking and then just blurt out it's a hair topper. I've done that before. It wasn't terrible, but I feel now that I'm better able to manage those comments and I can embrace them. So let me give you a few examples. The other day I was at church and somebody stopped me and said, "Oh my gosh, Karina, your hair looks so good. It looks so long. It looks amazing." And I was, "Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm trying something new." Or, "Thank you. It's not all mine." And when I say that, most people assume it's extensions and kind of move on in the conversation. Or, "Wow, I couldn't tell. It looks great," is usually the feedback that I get. You can say something like, "Oh, thank you. I just got it done." I often will use that when I just have gotten my hair done and maybe I switched up my toppers right after a hair appointment. I often do that because I like to take my hair toppers with me to my hair appointment and have my stylist cut them and trim them and make them a little bit more me ready, right? Adding some face framing layers or a bag or all those things are gonna help it look and feel like you. So keep that in mind. So I will often respond that way with, "Oh, thanks, I just got my hair done," right after I've gotten my hair done and switched up my toppers. So that's a really easy way to explain it off. Now, if you feel comfortable and you want to share with people that you're wearing a hair topper, by all means, but be prepared for more questions because people will be intrigued and most people are not that familiar with hair toppers. Now, I do think we are making great strides in normalizing hair toppers, and I'm excited for where us as a society is headed, but just, it may not be top of mind for most people. Now, extensions is highly normalized and so many people have them. So usually when I say, "Oh, thanks, it's not all mine," people are like, "Oh, she has extensions." Then what I do is I quickly shift the conversation away from my hair and onto that person. So then I will respond with, "Thanks, it's not all mine. How have you been? Tell me what's new and exciting in your life." And it quickly moves the conversation along and away from the focal point being on my hair. So the next part that I want to chat about as we are considering purchasing a topper for the first time or getting used to wearing a topper is caring for your bio hair and your scalp. So one of the things that most people, when they first start wearing toppers, are fearful of is, are the pressure clips going to damage or destroy the little hair that I have left? So this is something to be mindful of, but not necessarily fearful of. When you're putting on your hair topper, just make sure that you're scooping up as much hair as possible so that you're distributing the tension that those pressure clips place on your bio hair. Adding extra clips into your topper is another great way to make sure that, again, the pulling or tugging is not happening, that it's staying secure on all day, and that it's distributing the pressure across your bio hair rather than in just one or two spots. UniWigs does offer a halo wire with most of their toppers, if not all of their toppers. I utilize this feature as often as I can so I can give my bio hair a break. So just be mindful of these things as you are wearing your hair toppers, but again, don't be fearful of it. Do a little bit of research. A ton of videos I have discuss like some easy ways to make sure that you're not damaging your bio hair. Another aspect about caring for your hair and your scalp is making sure that you're washing your bio hair. I know that probably goes without saying, but it is easy when your topper hair looks so great to go a few days without washing your bio hair, which is totally fine. I'm not saying you need to wash your bio hair every day. We actually know that that's not great for your hair and your scalp. But what I do know is that when you are not washing your hair regularly, that can allow for buildup. And if you're not getting any natural sunlight on your scalp, it doesn't help rejuvenate the skin. So just be mindful of that. If you can, from time to time, take off your topper when you're outside so your scalp can get the benefit of a little bit of sunlight, not too much sunlight, but a little bit of sunlight. And then make sure that you're exfoliating your scalp from time to time. And what that does is it also prolongs the life of your hair topper because it's not allowing too much oil onto the knots. And so it doesn't get dirty too easily. So keep all that in mind. Care for your scalp, care for your bio hair, but don't be fearful of it because it's really not that difficult. Most of it is common sense. The last little thing I would like to touch on is just maintenance for your hair topper. Now, I will give you a quick overview, but there's lots of videos that include this type of information. As you get your hair topper, you're excited, you found the one that you love, you want to wear it on a daily basis. I would just say make sure that you're caring for it well. I like to apply a little bit of oil to the ends of my hair because your scalp and your bio hair get the benefit of the oils that your body creates, but your hair topper doesn't get those oils. So I like to apply a little bit of maybe argan oil to the ends of the bio hair at the end of the day. I like to store my toppers on either a wig stand or I use boot clips to hang them up and store them in my closet. So just make sure that you're not just chucking it on the counter or wherever it might be. Care for your topper well so that you can increase the longevity of your hair topper. All these things will benefit you. Caring and maintenance for your topper is very easy for the most part. Most of it's common sense. The one little note I would make is make sure you're not overwashing your hair topper. I usually only wash my hair toppers once a month. I know that sounds gross, but again, if you're caring for your scalp and washing your scalp, you don't need to wash your hair topper as often. And again, this will help the longevity of your hair topper. Final thoughts, as we are kind of wrapping up, the biggest piece of advice that I have for you is don't let fear hold you back in your topper wearing experience. Bring in a few close friends, maybe a husband, into the experience with you so that you have people that will come alongside you that you trust, that can speak into you and encourage you. Yes, that your topper is looking great, or you know what, I can notice your topper. Like, these different little things are very, very helpful. So include a few people in your journey. I would also say that there is a great community online of people wearing alternative hairs, topper, wigs, extensions, all of the gambit of alternative hair is available online. Get into the community, ask for help, ask questions, because people in the community are wonderful for the most part and are super helpful. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to engage and bring people along in your journey, and you'll find that your topper wearing experience is so much better for it. And not just that, something that used to be a source of anxiety for you, a source of maybe sadness for you, stress, now can be something you're excited about. Now I get excited to have long, beautiful hair, the hair I could never grow on my own because it would be stringy and nasty. There's so many benefits to wearing hair toppers, and I truly love helping people along in their journey as well. So I encourage you to go ahead, make jump in, both feet, kind of make the plunge and figure out how wearing toppers can go from being maybe an idea to an actuality and something that you're excited for. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And please subscribe for more wig and topper tips and content.